Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On the screen today, you're going to be watching a TDM, but I'm not here to talk about that. Today, I'm here to talk about the basic trainings in COD World War II, and I feel like it's kind of like a late video, I guess, you know, if you want to call it that. But as the saying goes, better late than never. So these are the ones that I feel like are the most viable, because all the rest of them I feel like are either useless or, you know, they're not really that good. So starting from the top, obviously espionage paints you on the map for 6 seconds. You know, it's self-explanatory. It's what everybody was complaining about at the beginning of the game when it was like 10 seconds, or it was like a stupid amount of time. And then they did give it a slight nerf to 6 seconds, but yeah, so that's definitely not a bad option. If you know, all you have to do is put one bullet into someone, and then, you know, you can see exactly where they go for 6 seconds. Instincts, if you played Infinite Warfare and when someone aimed at you and there was like that yellow thing around your screen, then that's basically what Instincts is. So that one is definitely not a bad option. Rifleman, you could have 2 primaries and you could swap weapons faster. So I was talking to one of my friends in the party today, and he said, and I asked him, I said, yo, like, what basic training do you use? And he said he uses Rifleman. And I was like, why? He said, because, you know, you could have a PPSH, and then you could also have an STG. And it's like I never thought of that. And it's like, well, like, that's actually kind of true. So, you know, 2 primaries, and you could swap weapons faster. So, you know, you could have a PPSH and an STG. You can have an STG and a shotgun if you want to, you know, bring it back to like MAR for 2. And then, you know, it's definitely not a bad one. Next one is hustle, reload faster and while sprinting. Pretty self-explanatory. Just so, you know, if you play at a faster pace, you know, and then obviously reloading faster is, who wouldn't want to do that? Next one here, lookout. You can see enemies from further away, so think of marksman from Modern Warfare 3. You know, if you're using like an LMG or something like that, then like, and you're overlooking, like, you know, the middle on Point du Hoc, you're on Gustav, you're on USS Texas, you know, any one of the shit maps in this game, it's definitely a really good one because you can see people from hella far. Next one is kind of like a, I guess you could call it like a side kind of like B grade kind of basic training, and it's primed. Obviously it was one of the best ones when it was 3 attachments and then you were flinching less, and then they kind of nerfed it a lot, and now it's like the flinch doesn't really do anything, and then there's not really a point of using it because you can get 3 attachments from just using the infantry. So primed is kind of useless now. But if you want to use 3 attachments without infantry and then, you know, use mountain or something like that, or airborne, then, you know, it's not a bad one, but the flinch less isn't really going to do much. Next one here I've been using for a bit. Flanker is basically you get ghost while you're moving, and then you delay the detonation of mines. So, you know, once again, self-explanatory, you get ghost while you're running around and stuff like that. So it's like from the Black Ops series. And then delayed detonation of mines, so, you know, bouncing betties are going to kill you, like you actually have time to evade them. And then, you know, simple as that. Next one here is scope, and you get stalker. Basically is what it's the stalker perk when you're aiming down your sight, so you can strafe faster, you know, you can evade bullets, all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely not a bad option. Next one, inconspicuous, quieter movement. So it's kind of like Dead Silence, except it's kind of ninja, because Dead Silence is dead silent. So you can call this ninja, and then you can walk fast while you're crouched. So, you know, the walk fast while you're crouched isn't that bad, but the quieter movement is definitely beneficial. So me personally, I've been using flanker lately and inconspicuous, just because, you know, when you're using ghosts, it's definitely not a bad option to be off the radar. And then I do interchange it with inconspicuous for the quieter movement if I'm not using mountain. But yeah, I would say those are probably the 2 best ones. And then, you know, hustle is never a bad option, like I said before. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been the basic training video. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.